emkhulu tabuka rora ke tsona ditlo ka nkotsethelele ke tshaba sa sihle tshaba sa Afrika tshaba sa khotso tshaba sa lerato tshaba sa bopalo tshaba sa kutlwisisano re a le amohela thabeng sa rona le dule ka khotso ha ke le sa le pele ke se
Zifikile izikhalemqa zingezizekuzakuza zizenzo nozakuzaku yanqisha intombi enkulu yakhaba ngawo mane yalandula ngithi alamkelekile a-Afrika lamkelekile kwilizwe lethu zenihlale ngokonwaba lithi hlalani khululekani nolamkelekile e-Afrika
I grew up in a large family where everything from the good times to the bad was shared and experienced together. However, I always managed to feel alone, locked in by the intensity of my own emotions and unable to share how I felt with anyone else because they always seemed to move past all the problems in the family way faster than I did. And I felt in sharing how I was feeling, I would be burdening everyone else into revisiting emotions that they had long forgotten. Of course, that meant, regardless of what happened at home, I just had to be comfortable. Comfortable with feeling and dealing with whatever I was feeling on my own. This seemed to work out fine for me for the most part of my life, during my primary and even middle school years. But as I grew older, things began to come into perspective for me. And I realized that I had not dealt with everything that broke me when I was younger. And it was all continuing to eat away at me.
I was raised by my grandmother, and I would sometimes wonder if things could have been different if my mother was alive. I would have had everything I needed. But then I told myself that I had to accept who I was and what my grandmother was, even though she was an alcoholic. When she was sober, we would have decent conversations about my future and what I needed. I am here now, I am healthy, I am strong, brave, and I'm educated. And I choose not to give up because I'm the woman I am today because of my grandmother.
I almost aborted him, not knowing that she would be hard with me. My mother said as I passed by, talking to her aunt. My heart sank and I was very embarrassed and angry at the same time. It was July 2009 and and there was a funeral at home, and all the family members were gathered in the honor. I ran out crying and sat outside. I was thinking of how she hated me when I heard footsteps behind me. I felt her shadow over my body. It's true, my child. I wanted to abort you so bad because of the circumstances then, but I did not have the guts to do it here. She said. I felt the bitterness in her voice, but did not reply. Her presence was too much to handle, so much that I ran out of the yard to my private tree. That tree was my secret place to be close to nature and have a conversation with myself. Among the learners who used to read, I remember his short lord. One day when we were in grade 4, he asked why everything was such a mess. Commented on my hair not being cut and said that I was ugly and fat. And he wondered why I was lazy. I could not respond, instead I cried, feeling the pain of being emotional abused and discriminated against because of factors that I could not control. I could no longer walk with my head up and I lost confidence in life. I developed a poor self-esteem and I also believed that I did not deserve to do it. And I cried almost every day of my schooling. I would only feel good at home.
With my grandfather gone and my mother working far from home, I lived with my grandmother. Because of the bullying I faced at school, I had to move to another school far from home and went to live with my mother. After the bullying I faced at my first school, I was always scared of other kids because I could not stand up for myself. Bullying is a serious issue and parents have to take care of their children and protect them against bullying because they might end up lacking confidence for the rest of their lives.
Today I look back and say, those experiences may not have healed completely, but I'm working my way there. I now smile because yes, I am big. And yes, I may not meet society's expectations about what constitutes a truly beautiful woman, but I am beautiful. So beautiful that other people's opinions of how I look no longer matter. I smile because I am happy, fully content, satisfied with who I am. I smile because I know all those who spoke to break me have actually helped me build a new me. A me that smiles because I'm not broken, but a me that smiles because I'm now the new.
Yeah. Wow.
All this has taught me perseverance is worth it. Do not panic and do not give up. Your time will come. Who knew I would get an NSFAS loan after so many years? I might have dropped out of university because it was not easy to start with no financial help. But here I am. I chose to be patient and strong.
Events that followed gave me time to reflect on my life. And out of this, I learned to be satisfied with myself, to compete with no one. I learned to love and respect myself, to stand my ground and honor my principles. And after all the challenges and the pain, a rainbow appeared in the sky. And today, I am a teacher. My learners call me mom, and I am nurturing them and helping them to make better informed decisions. I am a mother of nations, because finally a rainbow appeared.
My mother and grandmother motivated me to go to school, and they encouraged me. My mother used to say to me, "Imfundo isusa translated in English, education will remove your poverty." She meant well by these words. Education will help me reach my goals, uplift my standard of living, and enable me to have a better life and escape from a situation of poverty. At home, we were all suffering, and our situation got worse when our father died before I even reached the high school. My mother tried all she could to provide for all of us, hoping we would reach high school level.
In life, when things like this happen, do not lose hope and never give up. Your time to shine will come, and when it does, what happened before will like a bad dream. Today I fear no struggle and no suffering. I'm a strong woman, nurtured and a powerful young woman because of the pain I went through.
I was born into a family of 4 and raised into a family of 10. My parents both died when I was very young, around 5 or 6 years of age. We were taken in by our father's brother into a family of 8, and with us, this made 10. I never felt free at home with the new family. My father and mother, who are really my aunt and uncle, would argue, and my father would blame me for the argument. This went on to a point where I thought of committing suicide, thinking they'd be able to live in peace without me. I was wrong. I went to university and found my everything. Actually, I was found by my everything, God. I am now living a life driven by purpose, which comes from the Lord, my everything.
Looking back, I now see it as a blessing in disguise. Because if I had not left City Island here, my mom would have drowned in debt, and I would not have studied at Mandela Metropolitan University. This also means I would not have become an activist against women abuse. As much I was her friend, I'm very happy now.
I am thankful and blessed, but most importantly, I've gained my life lessons and I've gained experience. It opened my mind and see that education does not only focus in the classroom, but beyond the classroom. My goals for 2016 is to start a group like Girls Leading Change in a school where I'll be doing my teaching practice. I believe knowledge is gained through sharing. I want to empower young girls and boys so that they can instill those values to our children one day. We want a better future, and I believe teaching is a profession that creates all other professions.
Yeah.
I now believe leaders should lead by walking beside us, not by indoctrinating us with their morals, values, and beliefs. We should be inspired by their good character and choose what we want to follow or learn from them. As a future teacher, I'm looking forward to shaping the lives of young rural boys and girls. I want to encourage them to talk to other people and ask for our guidance. I want them to understand that problem solving does not exist in isolation. And help them to be good judges of whatever advice they receive. To listen carefully, think broadly, and act wisely. My advice to myself still stands. Be careful of what you get yourself into, and be wise enough not to live according to people's expectation of your life. It's your life, own it responsibly, and be smart. We are
14 times a woman.
All women have stories to tell. The collective stories of these 14 young women were told initially through photos and self-films. For the three of us, Nadine, myself, and Claudia, these were very powerful in opening up a space in which the stories about a range of topics that you had, including sexual violence, teenage pregnancy, bullying at school, poverty, and other social justice issues could be told. Following a structured but reflexive approach, we asked the young ladies to write a brief piece at first, capturing their biographical information. We then invited them to choose one significant moment, as it were, about which they wanted to write, and to do so in approximately 500 words. They did really well. They then read these stories to each other and invited responses from each other. And this continued until the stories that we hear today. The three of us acknowledge that this work on the self is emotionally taxing, and that it took necessarily more time than we had at our disposal. We were able to get these young women to work with only 2 moments, with further work needing to be done in the future. Wanting to share the stories of the 14 women in a publication, we asked them to come up with a title for the book. They listed various titles and then voted on the one they thought would hold the essence of their stories. 14 times a woman, Indigenous Stories from the Heart, emerged as the title. In this book, we offer the autobiographical pieces that enabled these young women to reflect on the experiences which made them into who they are today. Thank you.
Strong woman.
Thank you so much for your time. We have copies of these books, and if maybe you'd love to have one, we're giving them out at a very affordable price of 70 rands. We understand that there's very few young ladies went through such pain but were able to conquer. It is possible that many of us are still going through the same things. So if maybe they can get a chance to read a piece of what we went through and how we came out of it, that will make a difference. And it starts only with one person, and the whole nation will be changed. Thank you.
Thank you.